Good afternoon. Here we are again with Reflections of Grace. We're endeavoring to do another podcast. I'm here with Brother Cogan, Pastor missionary, Brother and Sister Cogan, and we are so privileged to have him in with us today. And we have been just walking, talking, going through 34, 35 years mission field work and effort, and we're just going to kind of walk through this. And still go along with some of the stories, some of the things and the events that they have faced and went through. And we're going to start here today. I just felt to start with this passage of Scripture, and it's found in the book of John, chapter 4, reading at verse number 35. And these are the words of Jesus. And he said, "Say not ye, there are yet 4 months, and then cometh the harvest. Behold, I say unto you, lift up your eyes, and look on the fields, for they are white already to harvest." The idea here in Jesus giving us this commandment, giving not attention to wind or the weather or the seasons. He's giving us a direct command of lifting up our eyes and looking on the fields. I look at this word fields, and this does not originate with me. I think it's something we need to look at, because the fields is where, not just where we are. And I think sometimes we can get so inwardly focused that we missed being able to look upon what is beyond us. And that is the thing about missions and missionaries, and Brother and Sister Cogan and their walk and their journey. When they walked into the Philippines, it wasn't just one certain thing. Their ministry broadened. Their ministry took many deviations and pathways and doors that they weren't even perhaps prepared or even looking for, and they just appeared. And that's part of them stepping out in faith and the ability to look upon these fields, not field, but fields, a multiplicity of fields. And of course, today, because of what they've done, where they started. In our last conversation, we talked about Pastor Reuben and the area of where he was. We talked about Grandpa, Elder, and him taking the church, because again, the office, the door, the path open to Brother Sister Cogan to go and broaden their ministry, unbeknownst to them. And yet there was no doubt, there was perhaps moments and times where Brother Sister Cogan thought, well, I'm underqualified, I'm unprepared, and yet there was a stretching and there was this reaching. But their idea, it comes back to what Jesus says. They saw the fields. And that's my prayer for myself and for the church of today, this hour, for us to get beyond the four walls of the building and to be able to look upon the fields. And there's some things that are opening to True Life Tabernacle that we've done through, again, Brother and Sister Cogan and their ministry and other areas, and I'm going to be talking about some of that as well down the road. But I want to throw this back to Brother Cogan, and he's listened to me ramble here in a bit, and I want to just maybe walk down that road, Brother Cogan, in talking about how those doors and how those fields open to you and your eyes, and Sister Cogan, for you to walk in those places.
Well, going to the Philippines, I had sent letters to Brother Danny, gotten information from him. I've gotten letters to Brother Mallory, who was the superintendent at that time. I said, hey, I'm coming to the Philippines.
Yes, sir.
And when we got there, he said, man, I didn't think he's going to be here this quick, this soon. And so we went down to Cebu, and we were down there, but there was a problem in the administration there, the school, and as I said before, we went to Leyte and started the work there. And my thought was I'm not here to be a missionary. I want to be a help.
Yeah.
That was my main thought, my main focus. Well, eventually it came around where that missionary brother Caffey left, brother and sister Lewis were there with taking care of the work in Cebu and traveling around, and I was put in a position of as one of the staff of as a teacher of the Bible school, and we got to help, so we're gonna get busy. We're gonna do what's got to be done, and that's the thing. As in the very beginning, whatsoever your hand finds to do it with all your might. That's the thing, and it's knowing how to be a self-starter, not waiting, like you were talking about earlier, not waiting for a lightning bolt to strike and say, this is what you got to do, and just get in there and get your hands dirty and do it.
You see the work.
Yeah.
It's easy to see it.
Oh, yeah. It's
and
right in front of you.
And so you just get in the foxhole,
Yeah,
to
that's
borrow
right.
a term there,
Yeah.
and to get in the trenches.
Just go on and do what has to be done. And then brother and sister Lewis left. I think they went on deputation, and eventually they returned, and they come to find out that sister Lewis had cancer. And so they sent her home immediately, and brother Lewis packed up things and stuff that they took with them, and they left, and
The lot fell upon you.
the lot
and
just
Sister Cogan.
yeah, it just
Materialized
out
out
of
nowhere.
nowhere.
No one was expecting.
No one was expecting it, and they left immediately, and she was in the hospital and having chemotherapy, and he came back and got everything packed up and left. And I don't remember if he said it. He said it. You got it.
You got it. And it's how God orchestrates things,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's part of navigation and being there. But to think about it, if you and Sister Cogan weren't there,
Yeah.
what would have happened to that work?
We don't really know, because there wasn't really anybody that was there, and the missionaries are not there all the time because they got deputation, and this situation came about, sickness, and one has to, the leader, the one in charge has to lead.
Yeah.
And almost immediately, there was the officials from headquarters, and at this time, I was not even a local licensed minister with the organization. Right. I think I had a local license with the Philippine Church organization. They told me to fill out this application, or the officials from headquarters came over. Brother Rodenbush, Brother Judd, somebody else, I can't remember who it was. Anyway, they said, "Here, you're here.
Yes.
You're doing it. You got the job.
Yeah. But it's amazing how, again, God opened that door, because I look at this, and you saw the fields, and you said, I'm going.
Yeah.
And there was a stretch, no doubt, upon you and Sister Cogan, the children, the family. They were all young at that time. For you to make that reach and that stretch and say, there's people that I know. There's a connection there that we already do have. I've been there before. Sister Cogan's definitely from there. So you're going in, and I'm going to take this gospel to my family.
Yeah.
And here you are, and God opens that door, and then that's your intent, is the family. And then all of a sudden, the field there is bigger than you even see, and that opens up for you to go and broaden that. And again, God knew all the time. God had a man and a woman ready and prepared to step in the shoes of what someone else was creating.
But it's like, man, you say to yourself, what in the world have I done here?
Yes.
In no support, no financial, but there were others that were working on the other side. My pastor in California, he was had gone to a district conference. They had a guitar that they were going to auction off, and they sent us the money from the auction of that guitar for us to be able to get a place away from the Bible school, a little bit of financial help. And it's amazing to look back and see the hand of God in everything. No matter, we think of ourselves as no how do you say it, no great formal education, put in a position of leadership. You just, ex-military, you got to do it.
Yes, sir.
The job is there. It's got to be done, and you do it the best with your best of your ability.
Well, no doubt you had that part of your life, the natural life. You had that disciplines that was established through military service, and you had the ability to look and see how that worked when doors open, even on a secular means. And you had some training. God was already giving you training from that standpoint for you to be able to walk into that and have the spiritual disciplines to apply to that and step into those shoes and to that work.
Yeah. No, I even in my military service, I was given rank, and I in my innermost being, I said, "Hey, I'm not worthy of this. I don't need this promotion." But they said, you take the exam and you put on another stripe. And so that kicks you up to another place of leadership, whether you think you're ready or not.
Well, again, you have that empowerment by God. My pastor would say, he qualifies them whom he calls.
Yeah. That's right.
And he equips you.
He
don't send you in a place that we may feel, right, inadequate, unable, uneducated in regard. But is that not what Jesus used?
Yeah, that's right.
When you think about the disciples, young, a lot of them were youthful.
Yeah.
Fishermen.
Yeah.
A lot of that in
hard work.
Yeah, and even the world, the secular world that looked upon them, saw them as uneducated. Right?
Yeah.
And those were the people that God used and trained in order to, by which we stand on their shoulders and their work and their word today.
Yeah.
So again, you go back to the word where God takes the wisdom of this world and confounds the wise. And this is what we see. I think so many times we can stress education, and of course we all need that in respect, but a lot of times your education is the process of you educating yourself while you're en route
to where you're going, but you're not not to the completion of what's got to be done, but you're already on the road headed to where you're not final destination, but the destination that the Lord has ordained for you to be at.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
Keep on going. It's you might say that's been my life. And then the funds come, and sometimes after we were there for a while by ourselves, there was a missionary that was sent. He had made his plans to go to the Philippines, and he was there. He was there for 1 year. Brother McQuay, he was there and took over as the administrator of the Bible school. And
this was where?
In Cebu.
In Cebu.
Yeah, after Brother and Sister Lewis had gone. So I think I can't remember whether it was a year or 6 months, 8 months, or what, before he and his wife came and their 2 children, and they were there for 1 year. But that was when the how do you say it, the paperwork process of hey, I got to figure out where I'm going to get funds, because I've got to go meet the board in the general conference in Louisville, Kentucky, and to see if they're going to appoint me as a missionary.
Yeah.
Well, then we got funds together. Even when Brother McQuay was still there, there'd be times that he'd go to the post office, and I'd go with him, or I'd take him to the post office, and we'd go down there, and I'd get a letter, and I'd tell him, I said, don't tell my wife anything about getting any mail, and because he usually ate lunch with us at our home because he had to go too far to get to his place for lunch, and so we fed him at our place, and get home, and Sister Cogan be working and fixing the dinner and kids all around and everything, and she'd look at me and she said, "We got a letter, didn't we?"
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I said, "Yeah," and she said, "There's a check in it," and I said, "Yeah," and it's for this much, and I say, "Yeah," and Brother McQuay would just shake his head. She knew the Lord took care of us in a way that we cannot understand or fathom the goodness of God and his ability to take care of his children.
Amen.
And
when you make God's business your business, right?
Yeah, and he took care of us. Yeah.
And there were moments, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
There were moments in our humanity, right, where there's storms, where there's typhoons, where there's things that are lost, and mementos, furniture, houses, those that are around you, that there were perhaps moments and times you were somewhat overwhelmed on what we going to do now.
Yeah.
You ever get to those, what am I going to do now places?
I just offhand, I can't really think of any place that we've got where that, what am I going to do now? It's just that just keep going in the direction that we're going, and keep on doing what we're doing, because God's going to figure it out somehow in some way.
Well, when you're in a position in a place of where you were, it's not perhaps like America, and you say, well, I'm just gonna let go.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But you didn't. There was just that you seen that work that I said, listen, here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
We're going to clean up.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do. I remember a story in that, and Brother Treadway told a story one day, and I don't know which one it was. He talked about a chicken, a rooster, and they come in, and the tornado had hit where they were, and there was just nothing but rubble, and the everything was gone. And lo and behold, that rooster climbs up out of that rubble, gets up on top of that rubble, and crows the biggest crow you ever seen. And it was almost like a message, Brother Treadway said, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to rebuild. We're going to go back. We're going to be like that rooster.
Come out of the rubble.
Come out of the rubble.
Yeah.
And so maybe there was an element of that. You said, we're just going to keep going. We're going to keep doing it. We got this to build. That cleanup's in front of us.
Yeah. Well, there's times that I had, to me, it would have been a disruption of what I was trying to do, and trying to keep focused upon the work and teaching in the Bible school. There were people that came to me and said, hey, we've got a job in this shipyard over here in Cebu. We want you to come and be the foreman.
Out of nowhere.
Finance. Yeah, out of nowhere. Because I'd worked in a shipyard before. I was ex-military, Navy. And they knew I had understanding of shipbuilding and maintenance and mechanics and things like that. Also, because I had military service behind me, I had 10 years, the educational program of the government, VA, will provide education. Well, that was an opportunity for me to get a higher education, and it's money, and it's a distraction. It's taking away from the focus and the direction that I need to be going.
So you had to certainly say no to certain things that
That's
came
right.
your way.
Yeah, that's right. Because it would have put me in the wrong place, in the wrong position.
Might have been a promotion to you materially
Right.
wise, but
And education
wise.
Yeah.
But it was not the spiritual journey and the walk or the work of the fields.
That's right. Yeah.
That was in front of you.
Something to get me distracted and getting down the wrong road.
Well, you've heard it said, the devil can prosper you to the point that you've lost out,
Yeah, that's right.
He'll bless you to the point that he bless you completely out of the kingdom.
We had the time we had to get our appointment, we had to pack everything up and head to America. And I don't remember how all the funds come together, but we were able to get plane tickets for everybody and get to California. And to get to conference, we rode with a guy. He was in the military. He was going from San Diego to New York, and we all piled in the car and drove across the United States to Louisville, Kentucky. He dropped us off in Kentucky and kept on going to New York.
This was your first general conference coming back
to meet the board.
Yeah,
where we were appointed.
Yeah.
And we didn't even know if we were going to get appointed or not.
Didn't know if you was going to get appointed. I'd like to even know how you run across the guy that's giving you a ride all that way.
He was in the church in San Diego and been in the Navy there in the Navy base and was getting transferred.
Boy, God supplies everything.
Everything. Stella laid on the floor underneath my wife's feet at the front of the car. And it was winter time and it was cold, but it was nice and warm in the car. And going across Texas, we run over coyotes. We had flat tires and had to help buy tires. And we got to St. Louis and got us a hotel way out where it was real cheap.
Yeah,
and
cost efficient on that line.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Cost efficient. And the missionary, Brother Lewis, was to be there at that conference, and he had a room at the headquarters hotel, and he gave us his car and said, use this. So we had a vehicle to run back and forth to the conference and the meetings, and that's when we met the board. And Brother Rodenbush come out and said, after we'd met the board, he said, just sit here and wait here a minute. And he come back out and he handed me an envelope with I think it was $300 that the mission board had taken up an offering for us. and then Brother Denny was also there, and he helped us. It's quite a tale of the way that we were able to get a car. Brother Crumpacker come down from Alaska, and he had some gold in his sock, and he went with us. He said, we're going to find out how much you're going to have to pay for a car. Yeah. So we worked one salesman in one place against the other salesman in the other place, and got me an estimate about how much we're going to have to pay for a car. Yeah. And then after that, Brother Denny took us to a place in Illinois where he had a friend there that rebuilt cars, and we got us a big old station wagon. It was the ones that the engines, they started out diesel, and because they didn't have the right, how was it? They tried to convert gasolines into diesel.
Oh my!
And they didn't work right because the head studs weren't strong enough, and they kept messing up engines. So it was converted back to a gasoline. It said diesel only on it when I was filling up with gas.
Oh my goodness! So you were riding around in an experimental machine. Yeah.
But it was it was a Chevy Capri, big old station wagon, carry everybody. Yeah. And did our deputation. We had to do a quick deputation because they wanted us to get back to Cebu, to the school. And
this would be your first entrance back.
Yeah,
and you were going into Cebu.
Yep, going back to Cebu.
Okay.
And we'd been there, and we were going back, and it was a year later.
Okay.
And by the time we finished our first term on the field, we were in the red, $10,000.
Oh my.
So we had to spend 22 months on our second deputation to get our budget out of the red and with sufficient overhead to take care of us the next term. But in Cebu, we were there for 12 years, and in that time, the church where we had started in my wife's hometown, Libagon, southern Leyte. This is on the opposite side of the island from where MacArthur landed. He landed in Ormuk, or Tacloban, Leyte. But the growth of that church just continued. My father-in-law, of course, was still there, still preaching, studying the Word, and his son-in-law came and became the pastor there for a while, Brother Tantoy. He's married to my wife's sister. And during that time, we had one guy that was always attacking the church on Sunday, and because it had a tin roof, throwing rocks on the roof and causing disturbance, and because we were the strange group. We didn't follow the traditional religion, and but that guy today is one of the preachers, because he was converted too.
Praise the Lord. Yeah. Wow.
Brother Tipai. But the majority of her family cousins, Ruben, Miguel, Reynaldo, Alipio, Lito, they were her first cousins, and they were part of that church, and they come into that church during the period of time that we were in Cebu. Mm-hmm. in those 12 years. We traveled back and forth every once in a while, maybe once a year. Stella didn't like to go because it was her birthday was the time that we went on vacation, and she didn't get a cake. She always got the Filipino dessert dish, and she hated to go to Leyte when school was out.
You're telling me a story I didn't know. I'm gonna hang this over her head. Yeah.
I don't have a cake.
Yeah.
I didn't get a cake.
Yeah.
But the church continued to grow, and it's a very thriving church today. And
Praise
we thank God for the pastor that's there, Brother Gabiana, and his wife, and they've got outstations that we call. It's another work that they go to for Bible studies on the weekend.
You call them preaching points or teaching points?
Yeah,
Is that what they would be?
They just call them outstation.
Okay.
And they just keep going out from there to the other little barangays that are close by. And then after the 12 years there in Cebu, you said something about losing things. What do you lose? Well, in a tropical country like the Philippines, you've got storms that come through. And one of the worst ones that we went through was a storm called Roofing. I can't even remember what year it was. We were living there in northern Cebu, quite a ways from the Bible school. And this storm came through, and it looked like a bomb had gone off. There was the airport had been closed. I was in a meeting in Manila, and it come back, and I couldn't even get from the airport was on a small island off the coast of Cebu. It's right next to the island of Cebu and the city of Cebu, but it was separated by a bridge, and the bridge had been closed because a big ship had broken loose and run into the pilings of that bridge, and they closed the bridge. So how am I going to get across from the airport to get home?
Oh my!
So I had to rent a little bonka boat. Little kid with a boat and one oar. And he took me across the strait, across to the other side.
A little far?
Probably about 500 yards,
Okay.
600 yards. It's quite a distance. And anyway, there was no vehicles on the road, no taxis anywhere. So what did I do? I started walking. I'm headed home, and I wanted to get home, see what was home, because I had
The storm.
Oh yeah, the storm
What was
had tore
left?
everything up. This is before cell phones, so you don't know what you're going to end up. You gotta, you're concerned.
Landlines probably didn't even work good down.
No, they were
Especially
blown
if the
down.
storms are down, yeah.
Well, see, the U.S. Navy came in with a group of Seabees in a ship, and they helped rebuild the electrical system for the city of Cebu. The U.S. Navy.
My.
And we didn't have water for 3 months. Brother Varnell said, "You guys come up to Manila and we'll find you a place to live up here so you can, We said, "Nope, we're not leaving. This ain't the first time, and this ain't going to be the last time. We got to live through something like this."
Yes.
But you lose things in stuff like that, because a lot of my pictures, I had pictures from Vietnam and pictures from different places, but the humidity from the rain and the storms and everything destroyed almost every one of my pictures. I have nothing left from my travels, 10 years in the military service. They all were destroyed. But what's that? It'd be nice to have them.
Sure.
Put them in a frame, and
Yeah.
But what do people do today? They got them on their cell phone. And
Yeah, it's true. Today,
they drop the cell phone in the commode or whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
And then it's gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
But that
just things, though.
Yeah, just
things.
Just things. But to show that, as my wife always says, it's worth it all. It's worth it all. What had transpired, what transpires, what happens, and even fits with the message that you preached yesterday. Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on. That's all we have. We've got God. He's in charge, and He's going to bring us through. But we just got to hang on and stay where we need to be. Stay in place.
Yeah.
Fulfill our responsibility. And that was always the thought in my mind. I gotta keep going. This is what the Lord's given me to do.
Yeah.
And
whatever you have to navigate, whatever you have to go through, you stayed the course. You stayed there in Cebu. You went through the typhoon of Rufy, who almost took the Rufy.
No,
you said.
he was the Filipino terminology that they used for the name that they gave it in Filipino was roofing, and we just made a joke about it. Yeah, it took everything but the flooring. But that's a country that is continually lambasted with typhoons all the time, continually. Yeah. And like right now, there's two volcanoes that are erupting, and they're having one area they had, I think it was 100 and some earthquakes, just one right after another. Not extreme earthquakes, but a continual shaking. And
it's the ring of fire. Yeah,
it's in the ring of fire.
Yeah.
But you don't think about those things until you're experiencing it.
That's true. In respect to going Cebu, you talked about the young boy or getting you across to getting to the airport. I mean, there's certainly, you're concerned about your family.
Yeah.
All of those things are in the back of your mind, wondering what you're going to drive up onto, right?
Yeah.
So how was it when you got home that day?
Well, I got up the road, I don't know how long I walked. I walked probably for an hour. And you could, because of the destruction from the winds of the typhoon, you could see houses and stuff that you'd never seen before because they were behind the foliage. but the foliage was absolutely gone. It was like an atom bomb had been dropped on the place. Coconut trees didn't have any limbs on them, and power lines laying in the road, and navigating going up there. And I finally got a taxi, probably about a mile or 2 miles from the house, and he was willing to take me up to our place up on the hills, and I got up there, and she had everything under control, and no water, like I said, no water for 3 months,
No electricity.
and no electricity, and like I said, the Navy come in, U.S. Navy, the CB battalion, construction battalion came in. They rewired the whole, almost the whole major part of the city of Cebu, donating power lines, poles, everything that they could to get the electricity
What about
back up.
communications wise? I'm sure, again, we're talking pre-cell phone days, so no email, right? So you were cut off,
Oh yeah,
I would imagine, right? Cut off communicative wise. I mean, here she is, she's got family
yeah.
and other places. I mean, surely there was questions about them as well and their safety. And
Yeah, I don't remember how that we communicated with Brother Varnell. I think was they eventually got the landline opened and we were able to contact them. Before, the only means of communication, if there was no phones, was telegraph. They were still using telegraph.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're communicating. Did you have to use that to communicate with Brother Varnell and
No,
to
not
others?
not. That was some time before that. But,
Okay.
But by that time they had
The
telephone
phone lines
yeah.
reestablished.
When we first went to my wife's hometown, there was no electricity.
Yeah. Period.
Period. None.
Yeah.
They did not have electricity until 6 months after we left there.
Oh wow. My. Yeah.
We survived. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
we survived.
Exactly. You'd been there before. You was kind of ready. I mean, you
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
prepared for what the storm had given you.
Psychologically, you know what it's like.
Yeah.
What you're going to have to go through.
Isolated.
Yeah.
Cut off.
Yeah.
What about in respect to I mean, surely there was those on the other end, Brother Varnell and those that were there. I mean, they're wondering, as our missionaries, how's our missionaries?
Yeah.
How are they going to find out? I mean, they're probably waiting for a call from you guys.
Oh, yeah.
To verify. Yep, we're still here. We're still in the fields. We're still working.
Yeah. I don't remember how. I know that Brother Varnell, knew I was headed home because he'd taken me to the airport and flown from Manila down to Cebu.
Knew you were well, but we still don't know about the family.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm there, so they're not really.
Yeah. And I don't. To recall how we communicated, I really can't remember
how that
worked,
unfolded,
how that transpired. Yeah. So many years back.
Yes,
and
sir.
I'm so many years older.
yeah. No worries. It happens. We got to. You look back at it now. And you think, man, how did we navigate that? Where was that? What was it? You had so many things, moving parts going on.
Yep.
Differences of people. That you're thinking about the work. You're thinking about all the perhaps the churches that have been established and they're facing damage. They're facing struggle. Flooding. I mean, there's a lot of things that comes along with all of that, right?
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes you're having to wait for the receding of water, and then on top of that, you've got malaria, dengue fever, and all of these other things that are created. There's a lot of things that go in with that. It's not just the storm and nagation and building back, but all of the things that come along with it.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Almost died of dysentery.
There's a medication that they use for the little boogers that get in your
Parasites.
Parasites that get inside your system and causes dysentery.
Death.
Well, I've taken so much of that medication that I'm allergic to it, and I can't take it again.
Oh my.
Too
My
much.
brothers. So I mean, there was moments like that we don't even talk about that whether you realize it at the moment that you're at death's door, or you don't know, and then maybe there are other times that you're there and you don't even recognize that you're there.
Oh yeah.
So-
Well, there was a time that I got sick with hepatitis, and it was time we were headed for conference when it hit me, and we were riding a ship going from Cebu to Manila, and I ended up sleeping in Sister Carla Varnell's bed. She gave me her bedroom and bed to recover in, and it took me almost the whole conference to be able to navigate, to be able to get up and go to church, to be in one of the services of the conference.
My goodness.
And
Lots of prayer, lots of...
you don't just go to the doctor, because you have in third world countries, you go to the doctor, you better have all the money you need before you go there, because they won't even let you in the door. They won't even see you.
Yeah.
It's not like here.
Not
You
here.
can just go to the emergency room and they'll take care of you and bill you later, but not there. You pay the bill before they do anything.
Yeah.
You got to show money.
Yep. Well, in respect to that, Brother Cogan, getting to where you were in Cebu and all of these things that have unfolded, you've navigated a tremendous typhoon. You've got back with the family. And then we talked about the establishment of the work. Those names you have and those names you've mentioned, that's still going on. That's still...
They're all still pastoring. Reuben is in Isabel, Leyte. That's on the northwestern side of the island of Leyte. Lito, he is over on Cebu, in southern part of Cebu Island, pastoring a work there. Miguel is in Leyte. He's in Maasin, which is the provincial capital of southern Leyte. It's on the western coast of Leyte. And then there's Rinaldo. He's in Marhin, Leyte, which is fairly close to where Reuben's at, but it's quite a way from there. But then there's Alipio. He's down in southern part of Leyte, closer to the island of Panahon, which is on southern Leyte. But they're all continuing on. They come out converted there,
Still
come
doing
out,
work.
still all of them been to Bible school, and I've been their teacher, one of their teachers,
Yes,
and
yes.
they continuing on in the work.
When you look at today, and let's kind of bring that up to the point, and just we're going to take here a few more minutes. When we bring it up today, Brother Cogan, in respect to where the people are, of course, we know where the world's at, right? We know what time and season we're in, and the price of gas. If it's here and we're feeling it here, it's not just America. It's not just America. The Philippines are very much having to feel and are feeling the pressure. The church has still got to operate. The kingdom of God still got to go forth. The preaching of this gospel and truth around the world still has got to be. It's got to be in March. So, looking at that, do you hear of others? Do you see or sense what is happening in the areas? Because I don't know what the price of gas would be.
Right now, it's 200 pesos a liter, and the conversion rate is about 55 pesos for $1. So for a quart of gasoline, it's almost $4 a quart.
You say $4 a quart. That's American money.
Yes.
$4 a quart.
Yes.
But to them, it's 55 pesos per
No, it's 200
200 pesos
for a liter,
for a liter.
which is just a little bit larger than a
Larger,
quart.
yeah. So they're feeling that.
Oh, yeah.
And so the work and all of that, I know, and we just mentioned a few names. There's a whole lot more names we didn't mention. We're just talking about here that was really, truly tied to them. We're not talking about the works that came out of the Bible college and whom they've taught. We've got a precious saint of God here Sister Rona, Sister Mimi, and Brother Tyler.
Yeah.
And her parents are pastors as well, and they were students of Brother and Sister Cogan, and they're navigating that, and there's a work there. So we could talk about even Brother Teddy, Brother Joe. There's so many others, and there's just a few that I mentioned. We're talking about that there's many others, that there's works that have been established, again, because of the fields. It's not just one particular island. You've got 7,800 or so islands.
7,107.
107 islands there. And the work of the kingdom, the gospel being spread and being taught, and the Bible college is being established and going up. And again, I'm going a little long, and I'm going to be shutting this off. But again, I want to talk about that, because they're navigating all of this with our current climate that we're all finding ourselves in.
Yeah, everything is when we say it's hard here, it's 10 times harder there to navigate. It's I don't know how to put it. It's something that Americans could not even understand. Even the poorest of Americans, you can't understand.
Well, probably, let's just honest. I mean, you got a lot of times where they're fitting 10, 12 people on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
You're talking about the ability to navigate. If you've ever been to a foreign land and you've been there, the taxi system is huge. Everybody's got a taxi, it looks like to me. So they're facing the brunt of that. So now you're navigating probably even by horseback. I mean, has it got to that point yet? I mean, I know you talked about putting somebody back when you first went. They were on horseback.
Yeah, Reuben. He had a work in Bohol before he went back to Cebu, and he had a horse. But in this time, horses are only available or usable in the rural areas. There's none of the cities that they have them anymore. They used to in Cebu. They used to have horse carriages that you ride just like a taxi.
Yeah.
But anymore, no. And the next best thing is bicycle, because that's muscle power, not any fuel or any expense so much.
Yeah. And we're talking about cities, of course, what he's mentioning here, not in rural areas. You talk about Manila, which is just in the millions, if not in the top, I would dare say top 3, top 5 largest city in the world. And then you've got Davao, which is no small city itself, which is where they were on the island of Mindanao. And then you talk about Cebu. I'm sure there were upwards of millions in there now. So all of these things are going on with all of the people flocking, coming to work, trying to get a job in these cities. This is where they're at, and they're navigating with the prices of where we're at today.
And that's another thing. There are Filipinos in every country of the world.
Yeah.
And they're there because they're looking for a better life, a way to help support their families at home.
Yeah.
And that's the way the Philippines is able to grow and build, is because of the money that flows in from overseas.
Yeah.
The workers from overseas.
Wow. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I know I always enjoy to sit down with Brother Cogan to have these conversations, and this is something that we enjoy doing. Hopefully you're enjoying and not just enjoying it, but it's providing a means for you to look in and see the work in other areas and other places and other fields. And we're here today to encourage you, to whatever field of labor you're in, to get your eyes, as Jesus says, upon the fields. It's more than just a local work. It's more than just a 4 walls in a building. It's in other places. And I can tell you this, get your eyes upon those fields, as Jesus said, and watch your own home front and watch your own place where you are currently in your work grow, develop, and create other avenues and other ways. And I can tell you, True Life Tabernacle has seen many doors opening. They're opening in other areas, and we'll be talking about that. But again, thank you, Brother Cogan, for coming along board. Thank you, Sister Cogan, in the background, Brother Silas, thank you again. And we'll do this again. Hopefully, again, you're enjoying it. God bless you. God bless you and your work in the kingdom. Put your hand to the plow. Don't let go. Let's be busy about the Master's business. God bless you. Have a great day.